I don't want to run this through. If I have an actual image here that I have a JPEG, I would like to do it. You know what? I'll do something real quick. Let me say I'm going over here, and I'm looking at my PDF, right? PDF. It's Adobe. Correct? It's Adobe. 2550 44 46, right? Am I correct? 2550 44 46. 2550 44 46. 2550 44 46. 2550 44 46. 2550 44 46. If I were to press enter here and I want this guy to just search through that particular image, you know, if I have a PDF files over here, correct? It's going to try and search, and if I have one, we're going to see it, right? Now, here's something I want you to kind of quickly find out. If you determine the byte offset or the sector where your image is located on an image, right? And you know the end of it, what they want you to do over here is to use your DD to carve it out. So right now, you know that your block size is equals to 1, okay? Meaning 1 byte, right? Because in this case now, you're carving it out byte by byte. You're not carving partition out. If you're carving partition out, then you're going to see the block size equals to 512 or 496, right? But right now, you're carving out the data regardless of what partition. You do this when even your partition has been broken down. You understand? Yeah. So right now, I'm saying my block size is equals to 1. Now, I want to know how large it is. How can I know how large it is? If I know the beginning and I know the end, then I can calculate how large it is, right? So I'm going to say, well, start out, for example, I can say skip the byte offset. This is your byte offset. So if the first header is on 21156, then that's going to be my byte offset. You understand? My block size, I'm going to say begin to count in the step of 1 byte each. And I'm going to say count 610 bytes. How would I know that? If this is the trailer, and this is my header. This is my header offset, and this is my trailer offset. This is the offset that marks the end of the file. This is the offset that marks the beginning of the file. You understand? You subtract that from each other, that will give you what you want. This BC is just binary conversion. But again, why would you want to do this? Just use your calculator. All right? So you know where the header is located, you know where the binary is located. Go for it and get the difference over here, and that's what you're going to carve out here. Records in, records out, and you can rename that file for JPEG, whatever it is, and you'll be good to go. Okay? And that is the labs assignment that you have over here. All right? And then I asked you guys to download the image over here in your textbook here. Download this particular image. You're looking up? So download this image. When you download this image got a couple of partitions over here. They have this image of collection, original highs, forget about whatever they have over here. Here's where you're coming. I don't need you to kind of pour over your less able log file. I'm looking at able2.dd. That is the image you really want to pay attention to. I have the image somewhere here. Go over there now. This is my able2. See that? Looks like 134 megabyte over here, but when you finally extracted it, this thing is large than what you think it is. when you open it here, and I'm going to double click this so you can see the actual size. It's showing like 340 something megabyte, right? Over here. So if I double click it again, I'll show you what is inside of it just so you can see when you download it. Okay, here is the image, which is 345 megabyte. Okay, here and here and here are the log files. You understand? So there are 3 log files, there is 1 image. What you want to do after you downloaded this image is collect your own hash, okay, and then run MMLS against it. You understand? Okay. If you run MMLS against it, it's going to show you your partition, and then you can extract your partition as you wish. Generally, you're going to use this formula to extract the partition, right? If you run MMLS, you'll be able to extract the partition out after this formula. And that will mark the end of this chapter. Let's quickly come over here to, again, remember when you download this image, you don't have to run SF disk, okay? You can run it, as you can see over here, they kind of explain that I like that, the explanation over here. You know, you have this image. What if you have a 3D image of the full disk, but no log file or access to the original disk, and therefore no input from the SF disk or F disk? We can run SF disk or F disk command directly on the image, which is what we are going to do, right? That, you know, because that gives you a little bit more information, and as a matter of fact, MMLS will probably give you even more information, because you can examine all the partition and all the other stuff. Okay? If you run SF disk against this particular image, see, it just breaks it down for you. And it tells us what post partition and all the other stuff, and then you can go ahead and examine and extract it. Okay? Now let's come over to this side and finish this in time.